Hi there, my name is Hutch and I make videos and put them on the internet, which I think the more that I think about it, I think this job is probably like one of the most perfect jobs for me. Uh, because here's the thing, like I always knew starting from a really early age that it made me feel good to make people laugh or to get people to smile. That was something that I really got a rush off of from a very early age. I was compulsively social as a kid. I was always running up to strangers, saying what's up, whatever. I was just eternally curious, inquisitive, and outgoing as a kid. And then my childhood happened, and yeah, I got introduced to how kind of mean the world can be. And that part of me kind of like recoiled a little bit. And so like I still have both of those sides of me. I have this side that's kind of an exhibitionist and likes attention and likes making people laugh, or the thought of making someone's day or moment better. And then I have this other side of me that's very reserved and cautious and apprehensive and wary of my surroundings. And so for me, there's like this kind of annoying dichotomy that takes place some days. Some days the dichotomy is complementary and it leads to some cool stuff, but then other days it's just kind of confusing. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today, because YouTubers, streamers, people that are on social media and stuff like that, it's almost like, what I see a lot of the times people doing it's almost like you're professionally pretending to be happy all the time so that someone else that follows you can be happy too, or something like that. But with this job, it's not like Oprah where you show up, she's got a lot of pre-production, post-production, stuff like that, but she shows up for what, an hour a day, 2 hours a day or something when she's on camera. And that's when she has to be on. But when you're a YouTuber streamer, it's like really hard to get away with tweeting anything negative, because people just don't want to hear that shit. And I wonder why that is. Like I have similar responses too. Sometimes when I see people popping up on my feed, and it's like usually like the same kind of people, and they always got something negative to say, it can be really exhausting. Even if everything they're saying is true, like assuming everything they're saying is true, it can be really exhausting. But I still think it's important to talk about that stuff, because I think that that's what makes us human. That's why you don't see me do very many videos like this one where I talk about sort of like the low end of my life, because I certainly have a lot to be grateful for. I haven't forgotten that. I think about that every day. And even if the gratitude isn't like at the forefront of my feelings or my thoughts, I'm still very much aware that I'm a lucky guy to be in this position. But I did feel like it might be a productive conversation to talk about fear and doubt and uncertainty a little bit, because I'm at the point now where it doesn't rule my life as it did in other times in my life. There were times in my life, and those of you guys that have been around on this journey with me for years now know that I've gone through like a couple times where everything just feels wrong. I don't feel like I have anything to give. I feel like a total imposter. Like why do these many people follow, or why does this many people follow me, or even give a shit what I have to say? And then it's just like this like real kind of sometimes slow, sometimes rapid decline into like, by the end of the day, I'm asking the big questions like, why the fuck are we here? What is the point? And I'll tell you what, man, these days, the mark of someone who's growing up, I guess that's how I feel about myself right now, is that I'm going through stuff like this every once in a while, and it doesn't cripple me the way that it used to. It's a very natural part of life to go through periods where you doubt yourself, or you're unsure about what you have to offer or what your future is. It's very natural to go through that. And before, when I was still kind of like catching my bearings of being an adult and being in this world, it felt like it was just too much to handle. And then after it happened a couple times, and then I was able to come back from it, and yeah, and find a way to laugh again and have fun again, and to maybe fall in love again, or find some new hobbies that I love again. When I was able to do that a couple times, all of a sudden now my brain had this other bit of like ammunition against all the negative stuff. So even these days, and to be clear, I'm not like today's not a day where I'm feeling depressed. It's not like I can't get out of bed. It's not like anywhere close to where it was when I was at my worst before, but just kind of a bleh, kind of feeling today. And yeah, when you come back from that, I think it kind of unconsciously or subconsciously produces this level of stability in you that maybe wasn't there before. Because once you have the knowledge that you can get through something like that, or once you have the knowledge that bad feelings or negative emotions aren't going to kill you, then I think it really does stick with you, And it would have to be a situation of like the frog who you put in a pot of water, and then you start boiling it, and then he doesn't realize that it's boiling until it's boiling. I'm not telling this analogy properly, but you guys know what I'm talking about, as opposed to just putting a frog in hot water. I think in order to unlearn or forget all that information that you had about getting through those negative times, it would have to be like a slow process, But yeah, I guess what I want to talk to you guys today about, or to stress to you guys, is that there is actually a lot of value in struggle. You can find a lot of benefits from really doubting yourself or being afraid of something. Because if you can cultivate within yourself kind of the curiosity and the courage it takes to look at those negative parts of yourself that you don't like, it might be uncomfortable in the moment, but afterwards, I think it really does produce a lasting sense of calm. Maybe that's not going to be calm. You're not going to be calm 24 hours a day, but it does give you a sort of sense of security that's nice, and it gets you through those tough times. And how to get through that in the moment is different from person to person. Like sometimes I'll try one thing and sometimes I'll try another thing, and then sometimes I'll just fail, and I'll just stay in that negative place for a little while, or maybe longer than I should, when it's no longer productive. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to make a video today to say that if you feel like you're surrounded by people that are always trying to convince you that you're always supposed to be happy, or if you feel like you're living in a world that has an unrealistic expectation that you're going to be happy most of the time, I agree with you. I don't think we are supposed to be happy all the time. I think it's I think if you're happy all the time, you're either on drugs, or there's something psychologically wrong with you or emotionally wrong with you. That's a fucked up way to put it. I don't know. I don't want to say that. There's probably something you're missing, is all I'm saying, if you were just happy all the time. And yeah, it's okay to go through those tough times, and I just want to make this video today for anybody else that's having kind of a tough day. Maybe you're having a tough day, maybe you're not. To let you know that I think you're exactly where you should be right now, and I think you can get something really valuable out of how you're feeling if you have the willingness to take an honest look at why it is you're feeling that way, and what it is exactly that you're feeling in the first place. So yeah, I just want to take this time right now to thank you guys for the last near decade of being with me on this journey. Some of you are newer than others, but some of you guys are OG as fuck, and it always warms my heart when you guys reach out to me on Twitter and link me your old favorite Respawn videos or some of the newer videos. And yeah, that I was able to take you guys with me on this journey. Here's the thing: I don't think I could have done it without you. That's like a big deal. I don't think that I would have been able to get to a point where, going through a really tough time, or being in a really shitty mood, to have that be a crippling thing, and then to go from that to having a lot more fortitude and stability and foundation in my life. That is something that I attribute directly to you guys in a lot of ways. for keeping me honest, for holding me accountable, and for making me laugh all the time too. I think you guys are funny as shit. So that's my bonding time for the day. It's okay to go through a bad mood. In fact, you can benefit greatly from a bad mood. And hopefully some of you guys got something out of this video. With that, I'm out of here.